So let me ask you. So let me just ask you, though, Lloyd. So because
Yes,
Miss Kitty keep it real, right? So you go
yes,
through all of this now, and with all of the expenses, all of the selling of the truck and the car and all them stuff. Me, remember saying another woman there from nowhere, and I like you on our plant Gungwa line. You're so much more older than her. You're coming out of a first marriage, and yeah, said then Jesus have mercy. So at this now, what is you? Did you at any time feel overwhelmed? Did you at any
yes.
time feel like I want to leave? Did I at any time say? Did you at any time say to yourself, why am I going through this? I need to just leave.
Miss Kitty Live.
I'll think of you every step of.
Nationwide 90 FM, this is Miss Kitty Live, still mushy Make Out Monday, the day where we preserve the sexy on your radio, giving you everything you want and everything in between. And I gotta tell you, it's all about love. And Whitney Houston just said it best, I will always love you. And speaking about love and loving your special someone, loving persons who have been good to you, persons who have been great in your life, and loving people even through adversity, loving them unconditionally. This gentleman embodies all of that. Now, we were speaking to him a couple of weeks ago, or should I say probably last week or week before last, as Jamaicans would say. But Lloyd Jones, the caregiver of his then girlfriend, caring for somebody with cancer, giving of himself, loving her through all of that, and developing a love that was so strong and robust that it really conquered all. Now, I know that a lot of people may not have heard Lloyd's story, and so we're literally going to take it back from the beginning, because being the primary caregiver of a cancer patient can be a lot of work, juggling different responsibilities, work, children, home, while taking care of a loved one with cancer can be very overwhelming. And we are just leaving the month of October, which was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But I thought it very important to hear from Lloyd as to what he felt, what he went through, and how he continues to go through it all. Now, it's natural for caregivers to feel stressed sometimes, to feel anxious, overworked, and tired of all the things with which they have to contend. Not being able to take time out for self-care can often lead to burnout. Now, this is especially true when caregivers don't have anyone else who they can share their emotional and even financial responsibilities with. So he's back at it today. He's back here on Miss Kitty Live, Lloyd Jones. Good afternoon, Lloyd. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Lady Kitty.
Very well.
Wonderful.
Very well. Thank you so very much. And just to recap, Lloyd, I wanted to talk to a male, because normally when we hear about caregivers, we oftentimes think of females. But there are a lot of men who are out there going above and beyond and really loving and giving through love. So just, let's just recap and talk to me about, your loved one and the moment that you found out that she had cancer.
Okay. Since I had spoken about that when we last spoke, I just kind of do it in the pressy short form. Right?
Sure, not a problem.
And I when I met her, I first time I saw her like Adam and Eve saw her.
Yes.
Right. We were okay, and then the second time she told me she had something to tell me.
Yes.
And I have my best friend has high blood pressure, cholesterol. He's still alive, and you name it, but he doesn't have cancer, sugar, the works. So I thought she was going to tell me all of those or one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was guessing until eventually I never guessed cancer. And the last thing I said was to her was, "You have HIV?" And she laughed.
Mm-hmm.
She laughed and said, "I wouldn't do you that."
Wow.
And then she proceeded to tell me that she had cancer.
Yes.
She had breast cancer, and I think at the time it was at stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm talking about over 15 years ago.
Wow.
And so at that time I wasn't a Christian. I'm a Christian for a number of years now. Deacon.
Yes. Did her diagnosis push you in that direction?
Yes, it did. But at the time I had come out of a previous relationship. I should say my first marriage, and the only thing I asked was that I would not become a misogynist.
Yes.
And so she and I was going to my mother's church, and she was going to her church, and then I started to go to her church.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward, I remember when she was a teacher then at the Duane Park Primary School, and she got sick.
Yes.
And was taken to the university hospital. I thought that she would have died.
Mm-hmm.
But when she reached the hospital, nobody knew anything, because she could. What happened, that she got a stroke. It was a cancer-induced stroke.
Yes.
She couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, and of course, and a little after that she got blind. But blindness came a little after. But when she was in the hospital, and I went there to speak with her, the doctors were not sure of what was happening, and so I had to tell them. And something happened. Her time of the month was on.
Yes.
So it started on the day that she went to the hospital. So the hospital now, she's going through all of these things now, and them say, "Boy, okay, where is this hemorrhaging coming from? Is it from,
Yes.
But I'm a person who I count the days.
Yes.
The cycle.
Yes. Yes. You're a specialist in that department.
All right.
Yes.
And so I said to them, "What day is today?" And they said, "Today is the 20th or whatever the date was." I said, "Okay, don't worry, that's the time." And so at least they didn't have to give her anything wrong,
Yes.
Yes. And by the way, they have called me from abroad too when she got to get her servicing or whatever from abroad, and she don't remember. And then she was to them say, "Boy, call me husband."
Yes.
Call me, just tell them, Anyhow, when she was at the hospital, I didn't want to lose her, because by that time I think one of the doctors, she heard them saying that this one don't have much to live.
Yes.
Right? They didn't like come to her and say, "Boy, you only have 6 months." No. But like they were discussing amongst themselves, and she heard.
Yes.
That them saying that this doesn't look like she's going to go 6 months. And of course, what she did, she knocked on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "I may be, no, not maybe.
Yeah. I'm sick, but I'm not deaf.
I'm not dead."
Yes.
They were saying, sorry, and all that. So
Wow.
she and I are together, it's about 12 years plus.
Wow.
I mean, since I told her that she has,
Well, let me backtrack a little bit, Lloyd, because even when she was honest enough and brave enough to tell you, after your Adam and Eve encounter, that she had breast cancer. How long were you together at that time?
That time we had just met.
Yeah. So 2 months, 3 months.
So we could have cut.
Right. Exactly. So that's my question. So that is my question. So that's my question, because a lot of people are probably wondering, but Jesus, no lied. You hear that diagnosis there in a 3 months on a day? I mean, no, they're together in a long time. Why you never caught? What was the reason? Why did you stay?
I stayed from very early. It was like, I think we were both lonely, and spirit take her, I guess, that's, but it was love, because I had prayed that I would not become a misogynist. Here where she prayed when she come out of her first marriage too.
Mm-hmm.
She prayed that she meet a old man.
Oh wow!
Old man that will love her. So so that, I guess that was me.
Oh wow!
You know.
How the stars align.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
I am 21 now. 27, 28 years older than she is. You know?
Oh, wow. I was about to ask, how much older are you than her? Okay, very well. So 28 years older than her.
When I met her, I was, 51.
Okay. Okay. Well, talk to...
you know, well, almost 51. Because when she celebrated gave me a surprise birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as I say, I am 27 years or so older than she is.
What was the most difficult part? So the hospital episode took place. That happened. Yes.
I thought she was going to die, so I prayed. Went to my bed at night after hearing that diagnosis, and I went on my knees.
Yes.
And I asked God to let her live one more day.
Wow.
One more day.
Yeah.
If you make her live one more day, I will baptize and serve you.
Yeah.
And by that time she was in the hospital, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, and you know, blind. And when the pastor at the time, he came, and I wasn't a Christian, but I was attending church.
Yes.
And he said the Lord spoke to him, and said that she will not die, she will live and declare. Now, let me tell you something. Them time there, Lady Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I watch the evangelist then.
Yes.
And them the more miracle than Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Them come and blow fire and somebody drop down.
You know, McCann, you'd lied.
And 40 miracle and them tell you all other things. Some of the things that is going on now.
Yes.
And say, okay, so when them come and say that now, I was very skeptical.
Skeptical, yes.
You know what I mean? And so when that happened now, and him come, he prayed. There was a Christian co-worker of her that was there. The pastor's wife was there, and myself.
Yes.
And he prayed, we held hands and things, you know. But them close to them, yeah. And ain't close to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bible say, watch and what? Pray.
Watch and pray, right.
Watch and pray. You know, made the elder for the family, for my family. You know. I mean, when I say family, my mother and father.
Yes.
And me know what used to happen when I made a big brother. And them cook, I will love dumpling and meat them timely. So when them say grace, I mean, who for the food, no,
yes.
Stuff, no, so me take it out. So
yes.
Yeah, all right. So
yes.
Watch and pray. And he said to her, move your foot. The Spirit of the Lord said, you must move your foot, because at that time she was crippled.
Yes.
Well, paraplegic, or some call her. 1 foot now work. The stroke to that.
Yes.
Nothing happened. So after that, me said to her, I said, babes, move your foot. We're not skeptical, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, babes, move your foot. Babes, move your foot. This is after. Nothing happened. But as I said before, she couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, but she had a writing pad and she wrote on it. She showed out for me now because she wrote
in black capitals, yes.
Yes, I'm big sickness. I am trying. You know?
Yes.
And I said, okay, and I waited. About another 5 minutes, and I said, babes, move your foot. There was no skepticism in my voice now. And I said, move your foot, babes. And by the time I said that, about the third time, I saw her toe move.
Wow.
The one that is beside the side big toe.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her toe moved. And I said, babes, move your foot. I said, and the toe moved. And I said, babes, move your foot. And the toe moved again. And then I realized now that this was not a spontaneous reaction.
Yes.
Because this was something that she was doing to my instruction.
Yes.
Because a lot of people when they're in a coma, for example, you say whatever, and the foot just gave something.
Yes, involuntarily. Yes.
And so I knew that was what happened, and I started to give God praise in my mind at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
You know, every time I look at it now, I say, like God say, you know, a long time you do sorts of people, you know, you do this, you know, play nothing, and I love you.
Wow.
I tell them, you know, I say, me must do it.
Hold that
Take care
thought
of
there,
yourself.
Lloyd. Hold that thought there. We're talking to Lloyd Jones this afternoon. Loving husband, caregiver. His wife, girlfriend at the time, was diagnosed with breast cancer. Instead of running, he decided to stay, love her unconditionally, get married, and now he's here giving his story, his testimony, and just to also give a word of upliftment for those persons who are caregivers right now and who may be going through it as well. You're listening to Miss Kitty Live right here on Nationwide 90 FM. Please do not move a muscle, because right after the news, more Lloyd Jones right here on Miss Kitty Live.
We'll always love you.
Mushy Makeout Monday.
I'm rolling by like thunder now.
Nationwide 90 FM, still Miss Kitty Live on a Mushy Make Out Monday. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for making the smart choice and the smart switch, and always keeping your Queen Diva and DJ Calico in the mix. It's a Mushy Make Out Monday, a special edition with Lloyd Jones. He has been my guest, and he was here a couple of weeks ago, and he's here telling us about his story of love, of faith, of triumph, of, spirituality, of growth, of togetherness, of loving someone unconditionally, and being a caregiver. Oftentimes, as aforementioned, we think about a caregiver, we think about females. However, there are many male caregivers in this country, in the world, and we salute all of you. We're listening to Lloyd's story of unconditional love, my dear, and I gotta tell you, this is so triumphant. So Lloyd, so she moved her second toe. You were excited, you were praising God in your mind, thanking him for, coming through for you at this time. Talk to me about now, her getting better and leaving the hospital.
Okay, so when she left the hospital, we had to go back for therapy and so on. But by that time now, her legs improved.
Yes.
Right. And but she's a jovial person. She's an effervescent person. And so she was faced when she was in the hospital, she was nearest to the nursing station.
Yes.
And she was going to give her that trouble. Good trouble, right?
Yes.
All right. So, we left the hospital and we came home, and I had to do everything, of course, because she can't move and she cannot see.
Yes.
And, cancer is expensive, so I spent everything.
Yes.
And what she was getting as her teacher's salary, we made an arrangement with the university, and her salary would go straight there.
Yes.
I had a truck at the time, and I had a couple of cars that I would rent. It came down to one car,
Mm-hmm.
And but it kept on, the money kept on building up.
Yes.
And we had friends and family. I can't call their names because they don't want me to do that.
Yes.
But I will mention, I won't call his name. I will mention that a particular minister, not of this government, but previous government, and he helped us a whole lot.
Nice.
Also,
God bless.
right?
Yes.
And there were other people who came out of your pockets and so on, and so it was. I had that sort of a help, and a lot of things happened.
Yes. So there was an outpouring of kindness.
Right.
Yes.
But
So let me ask you. So let me just ask you, though, Lloyd. So because Miss Kitty keep it real, right? So you go through all of this now, and with all of the expenses, all of the selling of the truck and the car and all them something. Remember, say you know that woman from nowhere, and I like you on our plant Gungwa line. You're so much more older than her. You're coming out of a first marriage, and yes, so then Jesus have mercy. So at this now, what is you? Did you at any time feel overwhelmed? Did you at any time feel like I want to leave? Did I at any time say? Did you at any time say to yourself, why am I going through this? I need to just leave. Hold that thought and let me take a break and come right back to you.
Mushy Makeout Monday.
For better or worse, till death do us part. I'll love you with every beat of my heart, and I
Miss Kitty Live. Mushy Makeout Monday.
I swear, like the shadow that's by your side.
Yes, Lloyd. So you can go ahead and answer the question now. Yes, Lloyd, you
Okay.
can go ahead and answer. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Not once did I ever want to leave.
Okay.
Not once, because she used to have some wicked seizures. You know that one. Since I survived it, I don't think it overwhelmed me. It whelmed me.
Yes.
But at the time, I felt overwhelmed.
Yes.
And these seizures were terrible,
Violent. Yes.
very violent, to the extent that she was getting, I think, Mylantin and another one. Don't remember the name as quickly as now, right? And when she got those seizures, she would stop breathing.
Wow.
The first time that happened to me, I was flabbergasted. I was scared, but I'm a first aider.
Wonderful.
I've renewed that in a number of years, but once you know it, you know it.
Yes.
And so when she stopped breathing, I placed her on her side,
Mm-hmm.
and then she does. And so from then on, when she had these seizures, I ensured that she was
On her side. Very well.
And sometimes I always put my hand in her mouth, and my fingers. I get up and bite up. And people bite because her tongue. She bite her tongue and all of that. You know.
Yes.
At the time, she did. She also did radiation.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to the other one, chemo. But with radiation, to the amount she got, they said that when she just finished it, she should not sleep continuously or continually for more than 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when she comes,
Did they say why?
she can sleep away.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I intend for she to sleep away.
Right.
Not under my watch.
Right. Wow.
And so at 2 hours, I would wake her. Just to wake her up, and she'd say, I'm just to go back to sleep. And so I did that for the first 24 hours, each time she did that, But my friends, they even came to respect me so much more because they say they couldn't do it.
Absolutely.
I remember once I was here with her, and it was a particularly bad time because she was going through the whole day, seizures upon seizures upon seizures. And she not like hospital. She not like big yard. That's what she called it.
Mm-hmm.
She not like big yard. And so, I facilitated her, but it was really, really difficult. And right through the night, then my friend said, you can't stay here so like that. So by the time she had a cousin that was staying here with us.
Yes.
And they said, come on. And what they did, they said, they encouraged me to go to there's a place that's not far from here, in Washington Garden. They do fish.
Yes.
And they took me and buy me fish. And every half I would call her cousin, and her cousin said, I tell you, so may I have this, you have to call me, man. I said,
Yes.
I will call you. And they bought me fish, and
Try to cheer you up.
And 2 beer, yes, and it did work.
Yes. So how did you during this time, Lloyd? I mean, your needs, you're a man too, you have needs, even just your own happiness, your own, self-care, because it sounds like for a lot of it, you had to focus on your wife a lot. And so where did you factor in at this time?
I'm going to declare this now, national radio. Now, one burner.
Hey, here. Cheers to all one burners. Yes.
Now, one coal stove.
Yes, coal stove massive.
So you understand what I'm saying. So
yes.
Me good. And next time I never get opportunities or people never come and some come and say, boy, but Ray help you out and things. And we could have, but at the time, I'm a Christian, so...
Yes, and your heart was elsewhere, and your mind is elsewhere, so that was not on your forefront at that time.
No, my mind is elsewhere, but I'm going to tell you something. Still, the body Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, eat salt.
Yeah, but not because I look at Lady Kitty
Mm-hmm.
and she shoppy so good
Yes.
and look so nice. And she might say, boy, it's a light fella, big man, you look good too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And because God make the body in a way that to ensure that the human race doesn't become extinct.
Very well.
And if my body reacts a particular way to you, it don't mean that we must get, yes.
Mhm.
Don't it?
Yes.
Right. Yes. So, I
I will if a parables talk a while ago, you know. I hope it don't fly over the body head. Who fi catch it, who don't catch it next boss. Right.
but me know say you're bright.
Which is right, because poor is wrong. No, so Lloyd, tell me now though. So after you got the fish, that cheered you up a bit, and so again, I'm listening and I'm thinking the importance of family, the importance of friends and community to help the caregiver during his or her time that they're going through it, because sometimes the caregiver is often forgotten. When did things start to get better? When did she start to get better? And when did you make the decision to get married?
All right. Before we were married, you know, and before her this thing happened in to this extent, I had planned that after being together for 4 years, because I don't know you for 4 years, it may have gone for 4 years, and we can't marry. Then yes, so that was my thing, right? And so, but we were both married, and we were going through the divorce and all of that. So.
Yes.
After she had come into the hospital and gone to therapy and so on, it had gone 5 years now, right?
Yes.
And I said I had declared, because we go to this cancer recovery meeting. It's called Reach for Recovery.
Yes.
Right. And when we started going there earlier, people were kind of a little, melancholy and things, because it's like a lot of people just think they're going there just to wait to die.
Yes.
But when my wife came there and things, she's a favorite, said even when she's sick and things, she started to talk about like our love life and all them things.
Oh wow, she livened up the place.
Which we can't say.
Please don't, because I cannot sell the rat taste of my rat pies in the town and I can't ball.
I don't know why you bleep out in it.
Right.
Yes. And by the time now she's, we're Christians and so on, but she would go and say, hello, never dead. They can't come and but they come for dead and thing, and so she talk about our relationship, she talk about stuff. When I say talk about stuff, it's we were tonight, and by the time we just talk about what took place.
Oh wow. All right.
And so, so people started to come there now, and there were more laughter and everything, and there were less people dying.
Wow. The power of laughter, the power of hope, yes.
And love.
Yes.
And positive thinking and positive, So anyhow, when she came, with the therapy and she was started to walk again with a limp until and I said, I declared to the group at the time that I proposed to her in the group, right? Oh,
you proposed to her in the group?
In the group.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Reach for Recovery group, and of course hugging and a lot of nice things,
Oh, that's so that's so nice.
Of course.
You don't say me did it but I'm balling. Oh God. Oh my God, I love them somebody. Oh God. Yay.
Of course she said yes, but she said, look, I am walking to my wedding. I'm not hopping there.
Yes.
And we got married at RGD.
Yes.
And there's a staircase you have to walk up, and she want to help walk up there. Me go upstairs and was at the place, and waited until she walked and come up. She wanted to come up, and we waited like, the tradition to marriage.
Strength of a woman. That's right. We're talking to Lloyd. We're talking to Lloyd Jones this afternoon. He's more than a caregiver. He's a hero. He's a husband. He's a Christian. Just a lover of life, and of course, a living testimony of how faith and love can conquer all. You're listening to Miss Kitty Live on a Mushy Makeout Monday, right here on Nationwide 90 FM. We'll soon come back.
Miss Kitty Live.
Still Miss Kitty Live right here on Nationwide 90 FM, hearing a very touching story, but one very motivating and inspirational. And I do hope one that is resonating with you, my listeners and my viewers, as to the power of love and the depths, when you love someone, you don't give up on them, you don't walk away. And also just what caregivers go through. Many times they often go unseen or unheard, but they are the unsung heroes in the lives of many people. Lloyd Jones is my very special guest. And so Lloyd is telling us about, finding out that his then girlfriend had a cancer diagnosis. He didn't run away. He did not abandon her. As a matter of fact, it's almost as if it galvanized his love and support for her even more through all of the hospital visits, through the stroke and blindness, and also through paralysis. He stayed. He loved her. And as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like he loved her back to health. He loved her back to life with the help and the touch of the Almighty. So, Lloyd, you're at the RGD. You went upstairs. Your wife did not want any help up the stairs.
No,
she decided she's walking up by herself independently. And so you guys got married. What was that day like for both of you?
We got married on the 29th of September, 10 years ago.
Wow. Congratulations. Nice.
So we're in our 11th year.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
And so for you, the line, for better or worse, in sickness and in health, had a very significant meaning for you.
Yes, because I was practicing that before we even married.
Yes.
Let me just say this on a lighter note. There are two songs that I love, and she loves it too. There was the one that I think Crystal and Shabba did, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age. Don't know what it is, but hey, as I go my way, I don't care what people say. I'm in love with a man. No, I go to be, yes.
Okay, right. The other one that I love, I'm just going secular, is one by the Modulation.
Mm-hmm.
It says, as sure as the sun shines, as sure as the night falls, I'll always love you.
Wow.
You know it?
No, I don't know that one day. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Modulation is a big people tune, man.
Okay, I'm going to research it.
Yes, man. From the, I show that, yes, I'll always love you by the Modulation, right?
Yes.
And I'm a Christian, so I can't leave out another one, because the Christian people, brothers and sisters, went to them, you talk about the secular one, but you not talk about the one, so the one that I love, I think was Coach name, Andre.
Yes.
And it says, I'm saying the chorus now.
Andre Crouch?
Yes. I'm so excited. I think, but I soon hum it for you.
No problem. Mm-hmm. So after the wedding, you're now settling back into life. Talk to me about what the journey with cancer has taught you about life and love and just being a caregiver.
Okay. Everyone has said that if she hadn't met me in her life, she would have died. As a Christian, hey, we're not God. But I tend to believe that I was placed there at the right time for her. And I love this woman. I still love her immensely and greatly. Right? That I still will do anything for her. One bag of cold milk.
Yes.
Yes. Right. We have one, so in time, and she was more than me, so,
Wow.
But God, I have to give him kudos.
Yes.
Can't do without him. You're gonna. Oh, I need to tell you this one too. My very first job, I was a lab technician at the Scientific Research Council,
Yes.
and I worked here for about 2 years. All right, and I always read the journals and things, even after I left there from the 70s. But I know about Guinean weed.
Yes.
I just go to the doctor, and I know about the soursop
Leaf.
leaf, and I know about ball moss,
Yes.
aka the thing on the electric wire.
Yes.
Old man beard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made a ball up those, and I was boiling them in a practical proportion.
Yes.
And so when she went to the doctor, the doctor was saying to her, but the cancer cells have dropped significantly,
Mm-hmm.
and the orange size tumor in your head has shrunk, appreciably. And he said to you, what have you been doing other than, the stuff that we do to you? And she said, my husband has made this concoction of Guinean weed, the ball moss, and the soursop leaf. Ball moss is the same as one man beard.
Okay. Okay.
And he said, continue to do what you're doing.
Wow. Wow. Hold that thought there for me, Lloyd. Let me just take a little break and be right back.
Oh, you're so kind, but mind your own business. Tell the funny part to the goal, you don't know, care them now for you.
Nationwide 90 FM, still Miss Kitty live right here on Nationwide 90 FM. So yes, Lloyd, so your concoction, your scientific concoction worked. And by the way, we're not making any medical claims or telling anybody to go and try anything. Lloyd is just sharing with us what he did for his wife and what worked for them. Please make sure you visit your physician and you're guided by what they say, all right? But as I was asking you, Lloyd, what did the journey teach you about being a caregiver, about being a husband, and just about loving unconditionally?
It taught me to have faith.
Yeah.
It taught me to not waver from the core. It taught me if you make a commitment to God, you try your best to keep it.
Yes, honor it. Yes.
Right? Yes, and so I make a commitment to somebody whom I can see. And who me claim say me love.
Yeah.
So if me can keep that commitment to she, when me can see, and who me claim say me love, then by God, we can at least keep that commitment that I made to God. Right?
Beautiful.
The song that I'm talking about is by Andre Crouch. Is the blood will never leave its power.
Mm-hmm.
The blood that, yeah.
We're going to get Calico to play all of those. But in terms of, other caregivers, Lloyd, listening to my show right now, who may be struggling, with different responsibilities as somebody that has walked the walk and lived that kind of life, what is the word of inspiration and motivation that you would give to them?
My word is have faith in God. Have a personal relationship with Him. I mean, there's this man now who is topical, and people just following him blindly. No man cannot make you go to heaven or paradise or whatever you want to call it. You have to have a personal relationship with the Lord,
yes.
Right? With Jesus Christ, and His Father, right? And if I like to mix my things with some secular things too, because you're living in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Shakespeare who said, to thine own self.
Mm-hmm.
Be true.
It was actually Polonius in Hamlet, yes. But you're on the right path.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. You see, you say you're bright.
Yeah. We can't bother, yes.
Yeah, new bright and your old bright.
Well, you know what? The new and the old come together to make it well bright. So.
And so if you're true to yourself, right, who you can see, yeah, your word is your bond.
Yes.
Pray, because you alone cannot do it.
Yes.
Right? I pray every day.
Miss Kitty
I
live.
just stop and pray. and I know I'm not a fanatic, right? You know, and that's what I can say.
Wonderful.
If the person you commit to, if you love the person, yeah, you do that. But I want to just say this, you know. I'm the first child for my mom, right? For my mom, and I have this sort of giving thing in me from all of those times. You know? I should have left school, and the principal said, no, don't make him leave school. And the first job me worked, which was at the Scientific Research Council, yeah, all of that 2 years of salary came straight to my mother so that we could save the house. That's just another thing, you know. So that love part, that giving part, that commitment part of me, you know, is there. I love people, but I love my children. I love God, and of course, my wife is flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. I married her because I love her, and I'll be her caretaker until a voice says, that's it.
And you are to be applauded, and we just want to, and I know they must love you too. Caregiver, exactly. Yeah. Well, Lloyd, I want to just honor you. I want to salute you. I want to say thank you on behalf of your family. I know they thank you all the time. I know your wife must love it to the space and the tile where you walk on. I know she must start your underpants and oil your scalp and rub your down. You understand? Yes, use coconut oil, rub down your knee cup, rub down your foot them and your 10 toe them, because man like you no make ordinarily. A man like you come around every day, and so you are really a hero, and you are really her angel on earth. And I just want to say thanks to you for being an example of what is possible, because I know for a lot of people, you want to find the quote-unquote perfect person without any blemish, without any problems, and sometimes, nowadays, as we say, problem, we're out. But when somebody like you can be a living example of how love can conquer, and how faith and just commitment and loving somebody unconditionally, how far you can reach. You guys have been married for 12 years, for 10 years now, and you continue to love and continue to serve and continue to care, and that speaks to your character and the kind of man that you are. And I just want to say thank you for sharing your story with us on Miss Kitty Life, so that others can hear. And so even if somebody's thinking about giving up, or like, lad, me can't bother by hearing Lloyd's story, them affy bother, them way there. And so we have to don't give up and hear from real people who are going through it. And if Lloyd Jones can do it, so can others. And I just want to salute you, King, for all that you have done and continue to do. And may God continue to bless and strengthen you, strengthen your union, and may you continue to thrive and strive in as many ways as possible. Thank you so much for sharing.
I thank you too for all the blessings, and a great big blessing to you too in your personal life.
Thank
and
you.
on your program. You're doing great work.
Thank
I just want
you.
to say one other thing.
Sure, go ahead.
I am. You make my head swell up. I am.
You deserve it.
I am unselfish in a lot of things, but I should hold it more things. You're saying I'm a hero. I do not consider myself a hero.
Heroes don't normally consider themselves as such.
Right.
And that's what makes you a hero.
Right. Bless you, love you.
Thank you.
This is your program, not every day. Yes, but every week at least once or twice. And this is your program. And I like to hear the la 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 la.
Well, I thank you for your patronage and support. And whether you listen one time, half a time, quarter time, I appreciate you lending me your ear. And I will definitely say, Lord, la 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 la. Big up your nice clean self. You're the real boss. Thank you, Lloyd. Love you loads. Love you lots to you and your wonderful wife. Thank you guys so very much. I wish you all the best and all the happiness. Thank you so much for sharing. Lloyd Jones right here on Miss Kitty Live on Nationwide 90 FM. Calico is going to play the songs that Lloyd requested that he loves so very much. Well, I don't know if they the Shabba and the, you understand, because today's Love Day, but we're going to definitely do the Andre Crouch and the other one. And yeah, that's what we're doing. It's all about love. It's all about faith. It's all about caring. Unconditional love. I don't love you because of. I love you in spite of. It's Miss Kitty Live on a Mushy Make Out Monday, preserving the love and the sexiness on your radio.